Hey Leute, hi people. Where's everybody come? Gather here. Gather here. Let's have this conversation. Yeah. Gather here, gather here. Hands up. Where's everybody? Today is Friday. Today is Friday. A lot of people are happy that today is Friday. If you join me, please tap on the screen. Tap on the screen. We have a very nice weather today. The weather is weathering. And then we are abo. So I'm sitting in a position where I'll have reflection from the sun. We are in Famisu Kakra. For a whole year, we have not experienced any sun more than a year. Sun, summertime, no summer nso eba shortly. Neko. Hi, my lovely sister. Welcome.
Hello, sweetheart. How are
Mpacho
you
eti
doing?
saying.
Nyamia dum pacho wuswe. Oh, let me say.
Hello.
Hello,
Messi.
nyamia dum pacho yem
But
pacho
minti unka
muswe.
o. Ana enra de na sansi bi.
What's
I
it?
can't hear you. Or
Oh,
is it from my?
hold
Oh,
on.
I think it's from here. Yeah, it's from here. It's okay. Yeah, I can hear you.
Pacho. Hmm.
It's rather from here.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Welcome. Welcome.
Thank you, sis.
Welcome,
Welcome.
viewers. Who joining me? Make me a disability rights activist. My sister now what join me Sisia. What joining me Sisia? Or no, or yeah, sister Pacho. Kana mama kasam. Mama.
Me that's it. Me chio bibia. Pacho mun joining na mun share na obi nso embra no metie bi. Na ye friend me afi. Yɛwɔ me wɔ Ghana na sesei no me wɔ West, me wɔ Aburokyire, and I'm an author. My true book and my creative program so ɛboa titiri no ɛma sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a ɔmo bɛhyehyɛ sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a sɛnea ɔmo bɛyɛ sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a ɔmo bɛyɛ nneɛma a ɛbɛboa ɔmo ama ɔmo agye ɔmo ani, especially mothers, because ɛna akwantuo no, it can be lonely. Ɛyɛ anigina ana ɛtumi yɛ anigina mmerɛ sometimes it can be lonely. Nti no mommra na yɛmmɔ nkɔmmɔ.
Yeah.
Obi amra.
Yeah.
That is who I am. Your
Yeah.
friend, I'm an author.
Afi urefi baako. Afi emotional intelligence expert. Inti Afi is in to support my community.
Thank
Afi
you.
is in to organize trainings,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
offer mentorship,
Yes.
coaching sessions for the Challenge Foundation community.
Correct. Yeah.
And it's the reason why you see the two of us here very often say yeah conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have to feedback to true pie. Yes, say we have things in common. Yeah, well, and yoma, no, ye yo no, a bo, is it punimpu? Yes, into no, emrepi no, se wuni obi, mu ideas, mu vision, in the same direction. Nije bebree nti ɛno nti na mmerɛ bia no ɔto nsa frɛ me a me akora mabisa de sɛ sister wohia me anaa mewɔ ha o. Yeah, thank you so much.
Viewers, thanks for joining. Please keep on tapping on the screen. And this conversation is for two category of people. More, those of you who like to shame others, who like to fault people. So who are now yes, me pacho menko train. So who ha now all the time, no, you fail to accept yourself. You fail to accept to be confident and American is saying afi. All the time, you think say bibi wo hu a you are not supposed to be accepted. You don't feel belonged.
Wobɔ ho abofia.
Thank you. That is the word. Onsusu menko tena ha. We are looking at vulnerability and shame. vulnerability and shame. Now,
And Sister Veronica,
yeah,
sometimes in sono, and crowphobia, yet if they are being said, ka asɛm a ɛha obi ɛbɛha obi a nim ɛfiri sɛ saa na ɔmo nso so no ɔmo kasa ɛna ebi ɔmo anya obiara ma na nka nkyerɛ ɔmo so kasa wei no wohwɛ a ɛnha obi anaasɛ ɔmo anya obiara nka nkyerɛ ne sɛ na fa wo ho ɛhyɛ fa wo ho to baabi a oni akorɔ wɔ na hwɛ sɛ yɛka asɛm yi a wokee a ɛbɛyɛ wo sɛn. How are you going to feel?
yeah.
Let me share a story. Na ye adwuma no.
Me pacho kasa, me draw me curtains, no say the bear as a sunlight into kasa. I'm with you, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, na me ye adwuma no na. Yeah, training be which was moving and handling. Senia, yebe edi nkrofo ebetu omo wheelchair mu edi omo akọ say dining hall say wudi omo pie, and omo maye share dark glasses. Omo maye share glass your friend is sunglasses untumi hu hwe eni aye say aye foggy like hu hwe nti no omo de glasses na share send ye be ya behave to say a visually impaired person. And the whole idea they say
Okay.
almost per se yet in a wheelchair nim with that thick sunglasses no obi pia ye na odi ye dimrika na yen hwe se eti yen sen na nti atinka wunya ya wo mra obi push you in a wheelchair odi sunglasses ahye nini no sa atinka na wunya ye no sa na so obi a ni situation no na oti wheelchair mu na wo boa oni akro na sana oni akro feeling. It's basically they just want us to feel the way others feel.
Yeah.
And obroni beka say you put yourself in the other person's shoes. Na hwe say eti say ebia wonni etibia na oni akro no womu no nti na wotumi kasa saa no banka wo tibia na oni akro no womu a ɛhɔ na wobɛhu difference no ɛna yɛsa mepɛ babuo paa ɛna yɛsa bu baby so sɛ atwineɛ no yɛ body wechi a sɛ yɛ body wechi nti no near yɛ body n'akyi no wobɛka sɛ na we deɛ ohun asa na na anka wo na yɛ body wechi saa na ɛna wobɛhu sɛ asa no sɛ woyi ne sɛn anaasɛ woyi ne sɛn nti deɛ mepa akyerɛ ne sɛ ɛnyɛ woa no ɛyɛ different nti dwen ho sɛ ebia na sɛ enka yɛ neɛ sɛn na mɛpɛ sɛ
How will I feel?
how do I want to be treated sɛn na wopɛ sɛ nkɔfo ɛboa wo fa nti ɛyɛ wo a nti me de bia me yɛ adeɛ me bisa me ho sɛ anka yɛ me a sɛn na mepɛ no ɛyɛ me a anka sɛn na yɛyɛ ne ma me a ɛbɛyɛ me dɛ nti me ka wono no Sister Veronica.
Me say. Me kind book be afi Brené Brown. Or see, I thought it was only me. Na me can say me nkwa and na me vulnerable. Na me can say me nkwa. Na me can say me nkwa and na me feel shame. Me feel me experience shame.
Okay.
Inti no or see. Obi a oye vulnerable obi a oye unworthy of acceptance ufu say ade we wo me ho me ferry me ma specific example omo we celebrities into we can use them me share sister be interview no see growing up no kasa woni ha on the song and na offery into odu nkrofo anima on pese obekasa inti say uye obi a u feel sa jana ha
na saa conversation no ɛyɛ wo dea. You feel guilty. You focus on a certain behavior about you a wofu say ɛnyɛ ana adeɛ bi a ɛwɔ wo ho a wofu sɛ ɛnyɛ afi ɛdɛn na wo ka aka ho.
Say, me deɛ yɛ ana mepɛ me ho example mapa. Me si mu gyere na me papa ɔwɔ ne ɔwɔ bi ɛna me maame so wɔ bi nti no mafa bi pa nti both side na mafa bi na obi ka kyerɛ me sɛ ɔyeyɛ me sɛ mesi a etu anhame because minim sɛ me papa ne me maame nyinaa ɛgyerɛ da ɔmo si mu ɛna ayibefoɔ so yɛka sɛ esi mu gyerɛ no ɛyɛ ahoɔfɛ.
Saa me kura menim sɛ yɛ kasa.
So ɛyɛ oni akorɔ sɛnea ohu me fa ba me anhame. The only thing ne say me papa deɛ no onyi no na emu bie nti that is the only reason a ebia daachi wo say maka me die na esi kakra enuntra because as time goes on na emu bie no it can affect your speech.
Okay.
So that is the only reason. But me no only akro ka kyerɛ me no me nyame de bibia dom ne say wo yɛ adeɛ na mana ha me no enu mom na me pese me yi me hu edi ene sɛ wehu na waka wie de ade a me na ɛha me because me ba brochire na me hu sɛ ɔmo say ɛyɛ deformity but se si anso so de obi nso so ayɛ nhwehwɛmu a ɔmo say it's part of culture beauty nti enoma mienu na ɛwɔ hɔ ebi sɛ ɛyɛ deformity ebi so sɛ ɛyɛ culture beauty nti at the end of the day no it depends on baby a asɛm ni efi aba na me deɛ no me kasi ano kakra it's just because as time goes on no it can affect my speech. That is the only reason.
But it doesn't really mean say you are not confident in yourself and I say feel comfortable with it.
Honestly, time your catcher me say me see to no enye enche bia me say November ni and that was the time and can me prepare say me start about live and fortunately unfortunately no obi nso so hear the same comment on social media say ebinum wo ho omo esimu gyere no eso na omo nkokan si ano kakra nti ho na me hu so and yes asem we enya asem bia because me my ready say me ba social media my ready say me be come asem ama edi ashobi nkunan.
Okay.
Into one who say it's around that same time na nkrofo finding a problem with the gap in my feet. Into me and I make us a young coupon de bibia drum me. Into hona me catch them me who say, Sir, idea made me full say, and nunti me ferry say, me call social media no. So nkrofo start can me publicly dia. And yes, I almost who they will. Into was a meba. And I in charge yet. Mishia wa, we have the same mind, we have the same vision to help our community. And they say, and then no, make us say, yeah, confidently, because I am missing jere. Obi be who say, missing ne too. Obi so be who say, wow, oba be, kama be na, missing muje, fe say. Inti no, send ya wo be who ni biara no. Mimi who me who say, me yenyamia body, I am wonderfully and fearfully made.
Of course.
It's this is who I am. Me man can't show an ameboa. Me kakra nanso no. Like I said, I don't know. I just had that boldness. So be a candia. And yet, let me get out with it. Yeah. That's where we are.
Thank you, viewers. If you join us, I've been speaking with Afi Yeka about vulnerability and shame. Into our conversation where a comma two people more those of us who shame other people, who fault other people. And I'm also so I'm need confidence. Who feel say bibi wo ho a enye. Afi my example of Nigeria na ɛwɔ hɔnom no. Nti no so woyɛ obi a woyɛ vulnerable a obi a you feel say you are a mistake and so you feel uncomfortable. Wohu bibi wɔ wo ho sɛ ɛnyɛ saa deɛ no ntum ɛma wo confidence nti wo feel sɛ woyɛ mistake then of course you are vulnerable. Afi speaking back door woka bibi about a book bi a wo read yeah, how this woman tried to define vulnerability.
Yeah.
Wobɛtumi aka akyerɛ yɛn.
Aye. According to Brown or say, it is the most accurate measurement of courage. Vulnerability, no, is the most accurate measurement of courage. And now, Okaditwa so say, choose courage over comfort. Into the upper chair, you know, and say, would done a say, me bibi tochima wa me hu, ewo, a quine way so, ewo quine way so no. And no ne ye, you know, susu ya, ye di susu courage. Courage cry, that kind of thing.
Courage no.
Well,
Well,
you're funny say courage, and no need to me the measure courage. Me come be say uko run is best anume ntu a ogina ho. Na se nsuo ton so na se anuma se ontu a se nsuo na bebo no. So
yeah.
na Brown can katwa so say choose courage over comfort. Into choosing courage over comfort in my situation will be say me pie Maba, yes, what can I do about it at this moment? Nothing.
Into courage, no, and
Courage no. Into comfort, no, will be when I will say, oh,
you call back.
Hey, Raddy, you know, that, nobody, obia and train. That is another thing. When you stay in your comfort zone now, obia ni ho be train. Into ube pie mo mabano. Now be ako enukra na ya kese no. So you rather master the courage, which means say pa. You master the courage, heads high. Now it's to anamon. When we say you can't emotional intelligence, that is where all these things comes in. Omwa omukasa no omundwen ho. Enti na meka won fisiate ne say sometimes na ebinom ya omundwen ho. Some crofo no that's they need emotional intelligence because emotional intelligence try and say asa wo beka asem bi no susu ho dwen ho say asem a meeting sa so me na ye ka asa kire me a nka den na how would I feel ansa wakasa. The fact say you have your opinion, the fact say, Obia can say it's freedom of speech, doesn't mean say, you want to say uka edit ya obi. What I say? If you ha and I make us say ebinum ka omunim. Sa ha na say bia who be a who can and say be a white journal say, yea, as a man can a how be ana. What can we? That is why you need that emotional intelligence. And maybe a ube casano, not what to bo ashe say. A same way, mimic yankaya me na yakana satremia. Mefan is saying. And that is why we have to nurture our emotional intelligence. Send your beya of yen na ye betumi atena se wasumdwem ye bekasa enti obi obi besie or say the enti a ye wo asom yenu a yɛwɔ ano baako ne sɛ asaaso no abɛdɔɔso asen yɛ ano nti yɛntie more and talk less.
Less.
Before you talk, just have a second thought. Be slow to talk. Dwene ho na hwɛ sɛ ɛnha obiara deɛ a fair enough. Wobɛtumi aka.
Thank you, Afi. Thank you. So if you join me, mini Afi na etwitwe nkɔmmɔ. Ɔyɛ sɛdeɛ ɔkaeɛ no emotional intelligence expert. Ɔsan ɔyɛ courses for parents on parenting. So what problem be about life, personal development, wobɛtumi afollow no. Na question bi a wowɔ bi nso so wobɛtumi ebisa no. You can't see me.
Yeah.
Can you see me now, Afi?
No.
Hey, but I'm
Photo
here.
Photo pen you.
Debbie, I'm on camera.
Okay.
Wow. Let me see.
Photo pen you.
Hey,
Ana ninkwa. Okay, yeah.
it's okay now.
Yes, I can see you now.
Okay, all right. Thank you. And Kweku, thank you for the follow, right? Me follow back. Na se uwo so a me pacho don't go with the conversation. Yeah, if we are or when we are about wrapping up. So uwa ha na wa experience the twitwe hu nkomo ni bi da. Se obi a shame you that because of something about you. And now one kasa we feel guilty. Say, Abia, there is something wrong with you. Being vulnerable and feeling shame, it makes you feel that something profoundly is wrong about you. Something is wrong about you. Bibi wo hufu sa ade we de mame mentumi nko nipa mo. Mentumi nkasa, mentumi nka ho asem. It is vulnerability. So wanya sa feelings ni bi da, wanya sa experience ni bi da. Ubetumi aba share say ye ba we conversation. Shame actually destroy you. Vulnerability and shame say one who kwan a udi be handle na it will destroy you. You are unable to make friends. You are unable to develop and exploit your potential. I'm telling you because ebe kan wa hye. Go be kan wa hye. Say ano afi me pese ye hwe. How do we become vulnerable? How do we form those, I think say your external ni internal one ube to me elaborate kakra na yehu ya yeti ho obi wo ho a me sure so feel this way but onim say dey friend no onim how it can affect him onim effect a enya e wo ni so
Sanya me kind no earlier and say it is being vulnerable, no, it's the most accurate measurement of courage, Vulnerability is when what bibi etochima wo na wa pay muaka say me to me and nanti without trolley, mean to me and nanti without crutches. That is when you have actually opened up yourself. Obibeka we be at home say adia touch my brabo. So that is where we all become vulnerable. However, no, it's okay to be vulnerable.
Thank you.
It is okay. May typical example say mental health. Mental health no you can mental health that a binum feel say obi our boredom pen obi our mental health. Depression, which is me definition for depression
Yeah.
disappointment, the unretrievable disappointment because a idea what free idea bi na a idea wunya biom me mashri emre bebre nti ha me yie na ehya ase se ha me no me ma me nsa so se me se mebre na me ka se mebre no me ne nkrofo ba ko mienu bi bo ho nkomo oka je se ye abrochre de yan kasa sa wo na ye beji wo mafiri wo nsam na me se nti me koya na me koka kire empanyifo ni se me yare no nti no beji me mafi me nsam ana omse mo ana kaza na me se me de sa na mate omse debi na se ya no wa ma wo nsa so no eno kra na kire se wohia mmoa. And apparently no, according to research no, omo ka say me pese me ku me ho no. Omo no omo nye. They don't do it.
So.
Yes, they do not do it. Inti oni akro ka na che so ohia mmoa. Opese obi bua no, nia obeye no oye wie ansa ye beti say asimesi afa ono ane nkwa.
That is omo nka no.
Omo nka no. Omo say usually no unti so obi or unti obeka ne yesi yekomu ye na wase no.
That's aye ne ho bone.
Waye ne ho bone, thank you. Ubetim na esi waye ho bone ba obi a obeka say me pese me di me ho bone no ye boa no because ono a onim say your pese oye no nye say ope. And again ebeye enyoma bebre nti na opese oye ni opese oye no. It could be as simple as this. Obi a me share dem obi aka kire ne say Miss O wusia etu. Na obi asatna social media asaka. Na mete sana na menye obi a nyame ede na adum bia dum me a.
Me ba ho say there are two say obi there me person make a change say obi wo ho a who is strong.
Yeah.
Nti asem bi wo ho say ye obi ka kire wa it gives you energy.
Yeah.
Obi nsusu wo ho a asem bi wo ho obi ka kire na it will take energy from him or her.
Yeah.
So now or they are forming limiting belief about ono ankasa ne ho. Ebetumi kana hye forever Hello, Enoch. Oh, am I in flower? Thank you. Love you. Obi wo ho ebeka na hye forever. Ontumi bie embe bio. Who say no? We are that me a kamishe. Ade bi wo ho ti se na no video bi ana me ye. Obi ka try me say Max na wo me name no. Ama as a cat already me wo disability.
Yeah.
Sister. From childhood, now I have formed some limiting beliefs about myself internally. So obi ka no be ka bibia na san kwa akohia ani de me dwen no akohia. E can me share forever until recently when I have been able to rediscover myself. So what you are saying? The what we say to people, in some area you catch no. You're very careful.
Extremely careful. And me can say who can assemble fa obi hono. Bisa wo ho say anka ye wo a ebeya wo de. Say nya wo da. Say ade a me say ye beye tokaton. Ye be kwa register be hwe ye kwa register. Kasa de manage ho pa but this is senya manage kasa ho no eno na me ye. Senya me frɛ wo na ya dwindwin ya bra ho topic ben na ebeboa ye community no eno no me ni je ho pa me wi a na mani age efi say me ye bibi nti wo ye obi a wo ye wo kasa e ha nkrofo you might not know it ebia na wo nimpo go to you and I say wo nim nso wo ntumi njai gina wo mirror na kasa asem no etwe mirror no na hwe se na wa hwe wo ho na fa susu ho se nka ye wo ena nka obi kasa nsem se ye kire wa ebeye wo dana ansa waka nti wo ye ne saa to aso a nyame be ye wadom ama we jai because enamoso na se obi ehwe ne nkwa ebeha.
Yeah. Enoch Asante, thank you for the roses. And Dinwe, it's difficult for me to pronounce.
Oh yeah, Emirat.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Emirat.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, Emirat.
Yeah. Humble Ike.
Emirad
Emirad. Humble Ike, thank you. Nyamin Shrao. I can see you. Me pacho se uwaha menkɔ twɛn na yɛ delve into the issue ni wie a yɛbɛbie mu na obi wɔ biribi kan wajoin yɛn na ɔne yɛn ahyɛ. Nkurɔfoɔ bebree ayɛ depressed because of what people have said to them. Nsɛm a nkurɔfoɔ aka akyerɛ wɔn. Obi nso wɔ hɔ a deɛ yɛreka yi, wokɔ wafa mu but wonim deɛ ɛyɛ and you don't even know what is causing it. Obi nso wɔ hɔ a wotumi ka nsɛm wokasa kɛkɛ ɛde kyerɛ wo nua wonim impact ana effect a ɛnya wɔ ne so. Nti afi obi bɛka sɛ is my opinion. Me no, I'm telling you my opinion about you. Afi wɔ hɔ.
No hapa.
Te sɛ for example, ebi obi bɛka sɛ ɛyɛ me Veronica, it's my opinion sɛ usimu ɛdwerɛ ɛyɛ ɛsundodo. The fact that we have opinion, no, does it mean say like we can just say anything to Obi Anna?
Let me draw. Okay.
Yes, into
Okay.
what?
Yes. Yes. You know, baby. Or your opinion. Yes.
Oh,
We
oh.
create-
Let me see. Emerald. I think does she speak Tree?
No, she doesn't. So I've just
Oh, okay.
said it. I
So
will be
that
mixing
today
it. So
we are engaging with our community in local languages.
so you keep, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, but we're mixing it. So
yeah.
if you have any any contribution,
So maybe you can try to summarize what we are saying here for her.
yeah,
Why summarize it?
we're trying to talk about for the sake of those who have joined us and don't speak our language. We love you being here. So we're talking about how vulnerability, how people become vulnerable, and how some people say things and then it affects others who it go against others. Like me, someone told me that I've lost my tooth, so I should go and fix it, and that knocked my confidence. And then someone also said on social media that some people have got big gap in their tooth, so they should do something about it. But in my culture, the gap in your teeth, which is a cavity, is a form of beauty. However, here when I came to the UK, I did a bit of dental nursing. I've been all over the place, yeah. And it's the gap in our teeth is called, it's referred to as deformity. So I was already struggling with that. So for someone to say, "Oh, go and fix your teeth, your lost tooth, your lost tooth," and another person repeating it, they don't have any connection. But
Wow.
get them. I'm not going to let them stop me from enjoying what I want to enjoy. Yeah, yeah. We call it beauty point. Yeah. Emerald says they calm it. Okay. We call it beauty point. Yes. But for me, so if you see me bring it, close it a little bit, it's just because my dad's started growing bigger. What the gap was widening when he was aging, so it started affecting his speech. So for me, I will only do it because if it starts affecting my speech, I will do it so it doesn't get wider. So that's what we're talking about. And we also talk about Brown saying that it is the most accurate measurement of courage. Vulnerability is the most accurate measurement of courage, and added that choose courage over comfort. So for me, I'm out here now because I've chosen courage over comfort. So I'm here, and I'm sure many people will be benefiting from me being in this space. So, yeah, thank you so much for liking the video, Emerald. Really appreciate you. Thank you.
Yes, Emerald, thank you. Just to add to what Afi has said, okay, there's a comment here. Vulnerability is also a sign of sound mind. Wow.
Thank you
Emerald,
so
yeah,
much. Let me add to that.
yeah,
You see, from my understanding,
yeah.
vulnerability
Mm-hmm,
being a sign of sound mind,
mm-hmm,
when you come out to say this is what I'm struggling with,
mm-hmm.
you clear your mind.
Yeah, you clear your
Your
mind.
mind is cleared. Yes, your mind is cleared. And
Mm.
you might get someone who might also say, oh, I was also struggling with that. Thanks for sharing that. So thank you so much. It
Yeah.
is indeed
Yeah, yeah.
a
And
sign of
and we are
sound
also
mind.
trying to address those people who will take advantage of you because of your vulnerability. Also, when you speak about your vulnerability, there are people who then you of course you become exposed.
Yeah,
People may take advantage of you, but we are here encouraging people to speak about their vulnerability. We are saying that there is nothing wrong being vulnerable. It is only people who are strong that speaks about their vulnerability.
yeah,
So it's the beginning of healing. Exactly, it's the beginning. And so
You-
Renee
yeah,
Brown, talking about vulnerability in her book, said, I thought I was the only one. It means that many people are vulnerable. Many people are vulnerable. But you see, the thing is, um, some of these vulnerabilities are obvious, others are hidden. And so, if you have actually not encountered anybody with the obvious one, you think you are the only person who is vulnerable.
yeah.
Yeah,
You remember when, the beginning, vulnerability being the beginning of healing. So
yeah,
it's actually you accepting that, look, I'm vulnerable and it is okay. Do you remember when there was this, was it about, it was about somebody, was it Donald Trump? I'm not too sure.
yeah,
Who, Me Too. What was that? You remember Me Too when one woman went out to say something, and then most women came out saying Me Too, Me Too. So can you imagine how many people were, uh, you know,
owning
suffering
up.
in silence?
Yeah, and yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, some comments in this live were filtered. Okay, right.
Okay.
So,
Yeah,
so, 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 is it good to talk about our vulnerability?
well, like our emirate contributed, that is the beginning of healing. It is good because you're saying that this is me. This is what I'm struggling with.
You actually owning up.
You're owning up, boldly coming out to say, this is me. This is me. And this is what I represent. This is me. And this is who I am. And I always say that people will love you for who you are. Those who don't want you, it is okay.
Hmm.
It is okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you join us, thank you for joining. Okay, there's another comment from Emerald. Thank you. Owning your vulnerability, prepare your mind for self acceptance. I do agree with you. I do agree with you. Now,
100%.
I will also, we said that people become vulnerable, they coil back into their shells, probably because of things that people might have said to them, and there are other a group of people who also become vulnerable because probably they have formed some of those limiting beliefs about themselves. Now,
Yeah.
I want us to address the group of people who like faulting people. Those group of people who like to say anything they feel like saying to people. They like pointing fingers at people, faulting people. You are not beautiful. You look like that. You look like this. Okay, so you can't be vulnerable with everyone. There is a time and a place. Okay, so Emerald, you could join us and then share your views on this, vulnerability and shame conversation. Okay, all right. You could send in a request if you want to. So then you are able to explain more. I don't know if I can send you an invite. Yes. Would like you to join us so we can see the perspective from which you are coming from. Thank you, Emira. Thank you for joining us. Thank you.
Hello,
Thank you,
Mama.
Lady Edward.
Hello, Mama
Oh,
Happy. I'm actually
hello.
at work. I'm gonna be out of my break by 4. It's
Okay,
a sensitive
okay.
one. I every live
Oh,
group that my mates are on. Once you are my mate, you're on live group. If I am online, I'm coming to join to support.
thank
That is
you.
my belief. We keep pushing each other till we get to where we're going to.
Exactly, exactly. Thank you so
Vulnerability
much.
is Thank you, Ma. Vulnerability is quite sensitive. It's a big word and a big emotional thing. That's why we all
Okay.
hide. Parents hide from their children, husbands hide from their wife, children hide from their parents. And it's because our society made it seems like being vulnerable is weakness.
It's a taboo.
And then it's a taboo. Thank you, Mama. And then you bottle it, you keep creating an illusion of it's so big. Oh, why me? It's not that deep. There's nothing new under the sun.
No.
You can never be the very first one. I
Mm-mm.
always say to myself when I do something wrong or I'm in a mess, I will say it's my time to walk the earth. There have been people before me. Somebody
Uh-uh.
has gone through this before.
Yeah,
So there's a solution somewhere. I just
yeah.
have to find it.
Mm-hmm.
And I always say to people, if I do something I'm not proud of, I say it out first so that you don't shame me. It's no longer a secret. I've taken the power from you.
Thank
I've
you.
taken the power from you. You
Exactly.
cannot
I
tell
do
me
agree.
I know a secret about you when I already told you. Do you understand? And I get to tell the story first, how I want the story to be told. You won't tell my
Exactly.
story for me. And I always
Mm-mm.
say to people, there is nothing wrong in being vulnerable. It's a sign of sound mind. It's a sign of your mind is settled, because when you bottle,
Mm-hmm.
you start doing self-criticism. You
Yeah.
abuse yourself, you
Mm-hmm.
talk yourself down, you
Yeah.
belittle yourself.
Yeah.
No, people don't even know what you've done, but you judge yourself, and you by yourself take yourself out of places where you should be honored by saying, "Oh, I've married twice. It's not people like me they are looking
Ah.
for. I'm not good enough. I'm not decent enough." Because when you have a weakness or something is eating you up and you keep it inside, it eats you
Yeah.
from inside, and the
Yes.
symptom shows on the outside.
Yeah.
So the earlier you are vulnerable enough to say, okay, this is me, these are my situation.
Mm.
And I always tell people, I am not the problem. Oh. I am Emerald. The problem is the problem. We are not the same people. It's
No.
just the condition. It will
Yeah.
pass.
Yeah.
Nobody should address me with my condition. When I came to this earth, they didn't name me with that condition. Even the people who gave me a name, they don't even know me. They gave me what they want. If I don't like the name, I can decide to change it as I go. So
Mm-hmm.
I am not my problem.
Yeah.
I look in the mirror every day and I say to myself, Emerald, you are not a debtor. You have a
Mm-mm.
money situation. You are
Yeah.
rich. You are Emerald. It's a situation.
Yeah.
That is not my identity. Your
No.
problem, your vulnerability is not your identity.
No.
It is a situation. And if you don't accept it as your identity, nobody on earth can wear it on your body.
No.
You know, they used to call our color abnormal body shape. I'm
Wow.
curvy. I've got a big bum. When I wear a
Okay.
dress, it jumps at the back and it's longer in the front. If I go to the shop to buy a dress, it does not balance. They will say, oh, you have an abnormal body. You lie. Who gave you beauty standard? How did you wear beauty standard? You mean that this bum that they pay how much for somewhere
Huh?
is abnormal?
Huh?
You lie, oh. I am the perfect maid, the best version of creation. In
Exactly.
my line, I'm one of the best.
Yeah.
Just because you don't understand my make does not
Mm-hmm.
give you a right to call me defect or
Yeah.
not in the. Do you understand me? Who
Yeah.
gave you beauty standard? My Bible told me I am wonderfully and perfectly made in the image of God. And my God is in different image. I'm a version of him. How
Yeah.
dare you tell me I'm not good enough? How dare you tell me I'm not tall enough? How dare you tell me I'm not fair enough? I am the right color, in the right size, of the
Yeah.
right mold, in the
Yeah.
best version of myself. I
Yeah.
can be the best version of me. I can never be you. I don't want to be you, and you can never be me. I came in my own mold. My mold is tailored to me. When you become vulnerable, you are able to see yourself, your
Yeah.
strengths, your weaknesses, your glory for who you are.
Yeah.
Just accept you. And you know, when you are vulnerable in front of your children and your loved ones, he also helps them to open up and be themselves around you. It's
Yeah.
self-acceptance,
Yeah.
reckoning with yourself for who you are.
Mm.
I look like a guy. I look like my father. I'm a spitting image of my dad. And when we are growing, they will say, oh, you look so much like your dad. And my dad will say, she's a beautiful version of me.
Yeah.
I love myself so much. You can't intimidate me, oh. My mouth will run. Even you will be like, ah, what's the problem? Because I did not pick body parts. I got on this earth with my nose. I didn't choose my eyes. Neither did I choose my eyes. It's what
Yeah.
they gave me. And what the
Yeah.
Creator gave me is the best. I am very secured in who I am. Anything I cannot change, I'm secured with it. The one I can change, I will work on. So being vulnerable does not mean that you are not good enough. It just shows that you are human. It
Yeah.
just shows that you are human. You are
Yeah.
sane, you are
Yeah.
complete, you are
Mm-hmm.
whole. The only other side to being vulnerable is when you dwell on your weaknesses.
Correct.
And I can't do this because you are beginning to give people reason. Do you understand me? Like when Lady Afi said regarding her teeth, she would like to go and do it later. Not because
Yeah.
they said she's not okay,
No.
not because
No.
she thinks she's not okay,
No.
but I've taken out few teeth, and I know that when you don't have your complete teeth, hair run through your mouth when you talk.
Yeah.
Your speech are not complete. There are some
Yeah.
sounds you cannot make. Do you
Exactly.
understand me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are some sounds you cannot make. Your gum tend to be more sensitive sometimes because there's space in between them. For that reason, of course, go and do it. I'm a
That is
fashion
the
designer.
only
I tell
reason.
women,
Yeah.
if you don't like your body because you don't like your body, you can go and do what you need to do, but not because
No,
people
because somebody
say.
else doesn't like it.
Don't, not because I used to say to people, when people say to me, oh, I don't like your legs, they are like a man one. I used to say to them,
Yeah.
that's why I'm able to stand and withstand all the problems in life because I'm well placed on the ground, green. And I used to say to them, my old age will be okay. When you are staggering, I'm still standing firm. You will
Exactly.
use stick. I can see your future. You will end up with stick, and we all laugh about it. Don't
Yeah.
come and insult me and think you will go. But when you are being vulnerable, don't be vulnerable with somebody that will talk you down. Find a person you can open up to. Be
Yeah.
vulnerable. No, don't just read the word of God. Open your mind to another human being that can talk back to you when you talk to them. I know God talk to us, don't get me wrong. But after you read the word of God, okay,
You do.
I have friends, we all come together.
You
And they
do.
will say things like, you need to lose weight. Emerald, you need to lose weight. They are saying it from a place of love, not because they are calling me fat. Do
No.
you understand me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They will tell me, Emerald, you need to lose some weight. You need to lose some weight. And I say to them, don't worry, I'm working on it. They don't
Yeah.
abuse me or call me fat.
No.
But if you are the type that you want to belittle me and say, oh, I don't like your belly, I don't like your head. The
Yeah.
shape of it, the way the bone is, even me, I
Yeah,
don't like
this is
it.
what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So we've all got some form of,
So being vulnerable
vulnerability.
is healthy.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong. There's
And it's the
nothing wrong
best
in being
place to
vulnerable.
be.
In
Yeah.
fact, when you are vulnerable, you are sane. You
Yes.
are alive. You
Yes.
are breathing. And
Yes.
then you are in charge of your emotion. It's not
Yes.
like when you go to church, before they say, Father, you are crying. Say your problem so that you know if you are praying or you have a, or do you understand?
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm grateful. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
Pleasure.
much.
Thank you, sweetheart, for
Pleasure as
your
always.
valuable
Yeah.
contribution. We
Thank you
love
so
you.
much.
Thank you.
I want to
Thank you.
comment on this.
Okay.
Debbie said most insecurities start from home,
Yeah.
from the parent to children.
Mm.
Look, my little one, when we go out, he just want to stay at the back. But for me, because I can't stand, I like to sit at the front, so I can see everything.
Yeah.
So now he's joined in. Before you said, no, mommy, let's sit at the back. Let's sit at the back. No, we have to go because you are a little person. You can't see. You can't, we don't want people to block our view. So
Mm.
now they're confident to go. So when we go, immediately we go to church, they are the first to run to the front. So I completely agree with that. And which makes a lot of people unnecessarily
Unnecessarily vulnerable.
vulnerable.
Yeah.
That is it.
Yeah. Thank you, viewers. If you join me, we are speaking about vulnerability and shame. And as Emerald and Afi said, being vulnerable is not a weakness. It's only strong people who are able to speak about their vulnerability.
Yeah.
And as Emerald said, it's a sign of healing, it's a sign of finding acceptance.
Mind.
Now,
Yeah.
Afi, I will wonder, those of us who are experiencing vulnerability right now, we don't want to speak about what we think is wrong with us. We are ashamed because we think people will fault us, because we think people will reject us. If you are watching me and you are in that situation right now, Afi, how can we get out of it? How can we be able to do all the things that Emerald spoke about? She said, speak about it.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it. I believe that it begins by observing your thoughts.
Yeah. It does. I always say that in life, acceptance, healing can only start from you accepting it. That is one thing.
Yeah.
And also, if you don't talk about it, nobody will know what you're going through. Even if someone says something wrong with it and talks to you about it, you still, unless you accept it, nothing can be done. But one thing we all have to remember is I've got my challenge. You might also have it in a different way.
Yes, I was coming to that.
The way I could face a challenge will be completely different from how you could face your challenge. So we're all coming from different places. However, it is, I would just plead, like Emirat said, after praying, speak to somebody. I see you online, you look so beautiful. I didn't know you were physically challenged.
Oh, wow.
Until you stepped back and I saw you, I thought, okay, me too, I'm coming. And here I am. So most times, speak about it, but you need to find the right person to talk to. That is another thing.
Yeah.
For somebody to encourage you.
Yeah.
For somebody to even tell you that, what I'm going through is even worse than yours. We all, I always say that anything, wherever you find yourself, you are more than enough. Like you said, that was the topic, isn't it? You are more than enough. You are more than enough. You are also created, God created us all in his image, in his likeness. So you accept yourself that, look, this is me. But what if you are not happy about something? How can I make this different? It might not be the same as you. It might not be the same as the other person. But how can I live a joyful life? How can I work on myself? So, because you'll be seeing now a social media era. If you keep just hiding, it's okay. But are you happy with where you are? I have been so joyful now because I've started doing the things I love to do. I've just been hiding, so, you know, heavy hearted because of so many things. And I told you, a friend told me that, oh, you are not beautiful. It's your height that gives you confidence. Okay, so at least I've got something that is helping me. What about that? If I'm not beautiful and I'm still confident, and you are beautiful and not confident, it will not be a draw. At the end of the day, we've all got our own areas. So for me, being vulnerable, I was so glad when I was told that it's actually strength, because putting up your hand to say, look, I'm struggling, I need help, it's actually you need the help, and you've put up your hand, and you will surely get someone to help you. So please don't suffer in silence. I will summarize this in our local language. Men to nasi embre, you know, men to nasi embre. Emirad says the audacity, the same person, when I said, well, I've lost my job through accident, I won't be able to do that same job again, I'm going back to uni. She said, by the time you finish that uni, you'll be 53 years old. Who is going to employ you? I don't even know how I got there. So I said, don't worry. If I don't get anyone to employ me, I will create the job for myself.
That's it.
And it was like, not that it was like, it's like an affirmation. I actually wrote that in my book. It's an affirmation. And here I am today. Here I am today on my journey. So I am creating a job, from a vocation for myself, that is coming out to encourage others, coming out to share my struggles, coming out to say that it's okay, I did put my hand up, and this is what I got the help I need, and I'm here where I am today. Being dyslexic was hard for me to disclose, but when I disclosed it, I get help. What about that? Here I am. I wouldn't have been able to go to university. The challenge, oh my goodness, is any addition and that from kwa. Na se ba ne say ye sua de ewo you can say cra, when you go higher, you can say, yeah, when it comes to the fact that who call with him who we SS na wo sa to aso ne de di ye na obi a mikita me me nan ya me ya na me sa kita nkola miensa. If I don't own up saying I'm dyslexic, and for me, it's my memory is the processing, and that's the hardest one. And because of where I grew up, I didn't get that vocabulary from the beginning. So all the vocabularies, all that I've got now, I have to learn them the hard way, and I learned them over, in my 40s, in my mid 40s, no, yeah, mid 40s, when I, started learning. And, I was glad to hear that being dyslexic, you become more organized because that's what you do all the time. Because being organized can help you, because you have to organize your thoughts, you have to plan. I don't just do things, I have to plan. And that is why I went on the journey to write this book that became Amazon #1 bestseller in 2 weeks. I was writing this book and I was still doubting my abilities. I was still doubting myself. I wasn't writing this, I didn't start writing the book when everything was okay. I was writing it out of pain. I was writing it out of brokenness because I just want to put my life together. And it became Amazon #1 bestseller. That tells me that I've got something valuable. It's valuable inside. And I had my wonderful ladies review this book, and the reviews on Amazon is amazing. I'm so blessed to find ladies like this on social media. Can you imagine if I was sitting down in my comfort zone crying, I wouldn't have got this book that I've got today. That has changed my
We will
life.
never have gotten to meet you. We will
Yeah.
never have
You
gotten to
wouldn't,
see the beauty in
I
you.
couldn't have spoken, my dear.
We
You
will
wouldn't
never
have
have
met
gotten to
me.
even know that you existed.
No, you wouldn't, because I can't talk. Now this book is making me talk because I have something that it goes ahead of me. So now I can go anywhere with this book, and I can start talking from there. So no, let us not suffer in
And the
silence.
book even go to places you have never been.
I'm telling you, sometimes I'll be sleeping, Emira, then I'll get a notification. Someone, I say, where is this one? When I'm sleeping, people are reading about
It
me.
has traveled ahead of you. It has traveled to places
Dummy,
you've never been.
dummy. And my daughter will open their Google and say, this is my mommy. So if not, we live in a predominantly white area. People see us now and they look at us with smiles because they can't believe we've achieved something huge like this. And it came from them. They said, wow, Abines, mom, this is huge achievement. And I said, to God be the glory. Because they saw me.
Hallelujah.
They can see me go, me just by me and my children. They didn't even imagine we were cooking this behind the scenes. So please don't suffer in silence. Share with others. Let people know. There are good people out there. Thank you so much, Emerald. Thank you so much, Debbie. Thank you so much, Sandra, if you get to see this video. There are great people out there. Thank you so much, Sister Veronica. Medasi Bebre. Michelle, we share. What me talk at Tony about the year reality.
Yeah, so I want to read some comments. Thank you, viewers. Thank you, Emerald. Thank you, Debbie.
Thank you so
Debbie
much.
says a lot of parents already killed the child's confidence. Yeah, it's true. And she also says every creature have one flaw or two. Some are just more obvious. Yeah, it's exactly what I was saying. And to add, that is why Brene said, at first I thought I was the only one. Every one of us have some vulnerability, And so if you are watching me and you are experiencing what we are describing right now, I want to appeal to you. Before you become vulnerable, please have compassion for yourself.
Yeah.
Anytime you want to feel ashamed, anytime you want to experience shame, remember every one of us has flaws.
Yeah.
Everyone makes mistakes. We are
Yeah.
human, like Emerald said. Nobody is perfect. And
Look.
so if it
Yeah.
seems like your mistakes are huge,
Mm.
accept the fact that you are only human.
Yeah.
You are only human.
Even Michelle Obama mentioned that herself and Barack Obama, they get coaches to come in for them. They are human. The fact that they were once America first family doesn't mean they don't have problems of their own.
Yeah.
They have problems. When I read that Oprah Winfrey's two siblings, took their own lives, I was shocked. So that tells us that it's not money. It's something more than
A
money.
sound mind. Sound
It's the
mind.
amount. So that those people, her siblings could not even, consider the position of their sister. They couldn't, that for me, that meant that they did not accept themselves. If you don't accept yourself, healing cannot take place. There are great people out there. And so we were ahana wo share sister Veronica oyeni papa na ne vision na owo nti no ewurade na so de aboafoɔ bɛba na kwan mu sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a ɔno nso betumi aboa the community. Nti sɛ wowɔ ha reach out to good news. The form for the registration of the forthcoming the manual transformational program is out.
Hooray.
So you wanna check it out on Facebook, and hopefully it should be on my TikTok page. First come, first serve. So I will say grab that form and register as soon as you can. Healing comes from within. Yes, it starts from within, and then you can talk about it. It starts from within, then you can talk about it. And same way, when you are suffering in silence, again, it will eat you up. And by the time it comes out, I always say there's nothing that is too late. It's never too late. That's the best word. It's never too late.
Yeah.
Nti sɛ edidi wo mu mpo a, mmerɛ da hɔ ɛwɔ hɔ ɛma wo, to anamon.
Now, person me did become I just want to add to what you were saying. Say, at a point in time when like maybe be vulnerable, I realized say I was becoming vulnerable. Do you know that was when I jumped onto social media and then I began to build a network of like-minded people. So sometimes if you are feeling that way, it's good for you to join support network. Afi ukra ukaye.
Yeah.
Okay, where you can share your vulnerability together. There are people, then of course, say you are not going through that situation alone. There are people who are going through similar circumstances, and then you
Yes.
can share your stories.
Right.
Sometimes when you share, you own up and share your stories, like
Yeah.
you said, then other people, it
Me
inspires
too.
other people. They also own up
Me
and
too.
to
Let me look
encourage
for
them to
this.
tell their stories as
Yeah.
well.
Me too. Because when there was someone, there was there was a case, and then some women started coming out. Me too. Me too. Yeah, the Me Too movement.
Yeah, because it actually boosts your sense of belonging.
Yes.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yes.
It is a
Because
Mhm.
when it happens, you would think, oh my God, when I say it, what will people think about me? But immediately you say it, you'll be amazed how many people will come out and say, me too, me too. And that is why I'm sharing my story. And that
Yeah,
is why I say, please, especially women, please don't let us suffer in silence. Come, there is a strategy. Let's work it out together. Let's encourage each other. Let's explore. And I am confident that we're going to excel.
yeah, yeah. And so Emerald says it also deflates the balloon of fear. Exactly, exactly.
Yes.
And then to those of us who make people become victims of shame and vulnerability, you see, we say people are not good enough. We sometimes judge and reject people. We point fingers at people. We point all the shortfalls, the setbacks, for certain incidents. Afi, what will you say to those people? What would be your advice to those people that you're judging for and what to say? Usimu or dre. Um, we are short, you know.
You see, I always say that, in account, they say something, and two wa da, and two wa da. Maybe it's me today, maybe it will be you tomorrow. So some people, I always say that it could be that they are not aware that they're hurting others. But if you want to really be part of, a better society that brings joy, that radiates joy, you want to be cautious of what you say. You want to actually, everything you say, the Bible says, whatever you say, let it edify others, isn't it? Let it edify. So you want the words to edify others. So always ask yourself, if I talk this way, me kasa say, ana me kasa say ya, eye me maybe ye kasa akyerɛ me a mɛfa ne sɛn ɛbɛha me anaa sɛ ɛbɛha me a ɛnea menyɛ. And even if you are the type who cannot control it, again, maybe it's time to work on yourself. Stand in the mirror, look at yourself in eyeball, and ask yourself, if anyone says what I'm about to say to me, how would I take it? And that will help you begin to be talking, being present when you are with people, being present when you are in the public space. That way, you will not be saying things to hurt others.
Yeah, thank you, Afi. So if you are watching me, sir, who person will send a request, now share any experience on vulnerability and shame, ube to me as send a request. If you want to share an experience, kindly send in a request. We will allow you to share your experience, or probably you have any contribution to make. Because we are about wrapping up. So I am appealing to everybody. Let's all try to avoid shaming and blaming people, especially children. Also, be true as some parents kill the dreams of their children. Let's learn how to choose our language, what we say to people. Otherwise, we trigger negative responses, especially from children. There are better ways of holding people accountable without blaming or shaming them. Kindness is free.
If you are here and you work with children, or you have children of your own, I call all moms mothers. That is my opinion, and that's where I stand.
Yeah.
Our words, the words that comes out of our mouth shapes the emotional development of our children. This is according to UNICEF. And I've grown up to know that, some of the words, and even now, it does, I'm strong, I'm bold, I'm confident, but when someone says something, it hits me first before I wake up and say, am I taking it or leaving it? And that's where I make my decisions at home. Whether I take it, whether I leave it, it might not change anything. But what I know can change it for me is to say, look, that is your opinion. You can have it. So when it comes to children, if you can't do it, or you realize that you can't control yourself, because some of us are going through broken marriages, relationships, we're struggling already. So children adding on top of it, oh my goodness, I know the feelings. You want to get help for yourself and for your children. At least someone, and I said yesterday that having said that you need help for your children, such as coaching and mentoring, you have to be the lead of your children's mentors and coaches. Be sure that that coach, that mentor, is who you want. You share the same values, and that is why I love this program, and I'm so glad it's coming live. Know your own values. It's when you know your own values, that is when you can read about somebody, you can follow them. Thank God for social media. Then you will know whether this person shares the same value with me, because what you're trying to do is you're helping your child, you're bringing a child up, you're sharing your values with your children. So you want to be sure that whoever is looking after your children, that's why they even say schools that we take our children to, we have to read their vision, their mission. But that is a bigger one. Coming down to the smallest one is when you have to send your children to a coach or mentor. You want to be communicating to that child in a way that whatever is discussed in their sessions, they are happy to come and tell you how you can work with them to implement it. Otherwise, and that's why I'm for the parents, because We parents, we have a lot to do. We think, oh, my child needs help. Let the child go here. Let the child go there. That is okay. That is beautiful. But you should be the lead of that mentor and the coaches. Whatever your child is able to open up to say to a mentor or a coach, please be sure that they're coming to share it with you. Even if they don't share it all with you because they forget or anything, at least when it comes to implementing it, the child can say, oh, my coach suggested we do this, or my mentor suggested I do this. And then you are also involved. Otherwise, the gap will be growing bigger and bigger and bigger. Thank you.
You're
Kokaka.
welcome. Emerald is here. I guess you want to say something. Emerald.
Ebia ebaso keke. Or mute. Mute. Inti,
All right.
Yemi say, Uya emwa, ushe say, enyoma bi nkoye. Look, so wone wo ma e wo fie na mo ninjia. Trust me, asem kakra wo ho. So we ninjia, wo ma eni entumi enje. Na so wo ma eni so njia, ebia wo so weni entumi nje. Edru ho a, pressure no mini awo. Pressure no emu odin ye. Inti once wone wo ma Mwini enjia, it is time to get help. Ena me kase, ena mi sisu biom susu akase. Wo kope emwa ma wo ba. That is why you want to know your own values. You want to know what you want for your children. Then, emwa na wo kope no, ubehwe se, oni akra me kope emwa ne fini cheno. Onimi nyina jina faakon. Yes, you want to look into that. Afei so no, omuni wo ma ye adwuma. E wo se akwala no endi enigye bi eba beka cho so, oh, ade a ye ni na menage ho, ana ade a ye ni me nhye dam penesa. E na afei so se onia woni wo ba ye adwuma no, or recommend bibia. Ubetum akwala no should be happy so beba won cha beka cho so, mama, daddy, ade a me the obwa me ne se yenyin bua me na me ye eno sa no wonim ye koso na the moment a wo be bisa wo ba ne se na ene adesua call see say na so say eye na wanka bi anka ho a mesrew na asem kakra wo ho. He that thinketh he stands, watch out. Yes. Yeah, I always wish them inner peace. Kindness is free, but many people struggle to find it. Kindness is priceless, yet many people struggle to find it. Thank you so much, Debbie. Thank you. Sister, Kosuna, you wrap it up now.
We are wrapping up.
Okay.
You want to say something, Emerald?
Yeah, because you were talking about those who judge,
Yeah.
abuse, are insultive towards people who are vulnerable.
Yeah.
I want to first of all say you are not better than anybody, you are only privileged. Anybody can make mistakes.
Yeah.
We are all from different homes, brought
Yeah.
up by different parents. We were not different. I used to tell people, if your dad and mom was my dad and mom, I would do better than you. We will never get to meet in life. The fact that I'm here is a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
So the things you have to work with growing up, you have excess. I work with the little I have and we still met in destiny. I am doing fantastically well. I may not be doing up to what you are doing, but you don't know how much I am doing. That's number one.
Yeah.
There is something I always say to people when I see people who are vulnerable. My first word is you have different backgrounds. And for that reason, you have different privileges. You have been nurtured by different people. So who you became is also a part of the experiences you have.
Yeah.
Either they are good experiences, challenging experiences, or bad experiences. So you are privileged to be who you are, not because you are better. And I tell people, when we were coming to this earth, we were not given a location to choose which family we are coming.
No.
You
No,
woke up in Ghana and woke up in Nigeria. I was in shock. I don't know
I
how I
would
got
have
there.
gone to.
Even
I
me.
would have gone to. What do you call it? Clinton. I said Clinton. Give me you. I
We
want to
would
come
have
to
chosen
you.
different people. But the way people judge, they judge. You will see somebody say, "Oh, my husband is the only man in my life. I married a virgin," because you were not are. If you had gone through an experience where they have done that to you, you don't have the right to open your mouth. Is it because some people had that case and you are privileged? God covered you. And then you look at somebody else like, "Oh, she had children from more than one man." Do you know what she has gone through? How dare you? How dare you speak from a
Yeah,
bitter ground? How
yeah,
dare you? If
yeah.
you see yourself as, "I am privileged to be alive. I am privileged to be able to stay with one man." Oh,
It's a
she's a bad
privilege.
woman. That's why our marriage did not last. Marry a husband and see by yourself if you had lasted that long. Oh, the way I understand that sometimes people do things that make you realize that, oh, this is not being vulnerable. This is stupidity. Oh, they are not just hardworking enough. But it's not your place. Be kind. Let your identity be
Agree.
of kindness. If
Agree.
the person,
Yes.
you don't know, people go through battles that they don't talk about. It's what you see that you call vulnerability. Is the point they open to you. In fact, sometimes people who are vulnerable, the first thing they say to you is just a tester. It's still
Yeah.
deep rooted,
Oh
deep
yes.
Yes,
inside.
yes, yes, I
They
agree
choose
with
what to
you.
say. They choose what to say.
So when
Yes,
they choose what to say according to your body language and how you are
According
kind
to
to
the
them. So
yes.
yeah.
according to your body language and how you are kind to them. So first of all, stop being a saint. You are not. Second of all, God did not. Third, being kind. Learn how to be kind. Sometimes you don't agree with them, but it is not your place
No,
to
it's a
add
privilege.
bitterness to what they are going through.
Yeah.
As long as you are not their God, they know why. See, two people go through the same experiences and they come out differently based on their make, their tenacity. We are different people in our mind, in our thoughts, and in our capacity. There are some
Yeah.
things that you are born with. See, Lady Afi can write books. She says she's dyslexic, yeah? That is also an advantage that made her to be able to be sharp in her mind. She may not concentrate for a long time, but when she's
Yeah.
sharp, she's sharp. And then when she's concentrating, she's concentrating. And you have somebody that can concentrate, but the brain is not writing. I apologize to people like us. But we all have the
You
things
are
God.
shaming us, oh.
I apologize for people like us. I'm part of
She
us now.
included
I'm part
herself.
of us.
So
But
It's a joke. It's a
people
joke.
often
All
think,
work and no
"Oh,
yeah,
play.
of
I'm
course.
so
Of
good."
course.
You are not so good. You have
Course.
your
Yeah.
vulnerability that I don't know. That's why you are shining. If I come very close, I
Exactly.
will also see what you have that I
Exactly.
don't
Exactly.
like.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
we bear each other. Oh. We
Exactly.
bear each other. We bear each other. You bear me, I bear you. But people
Exactly.
That's
think,
it.
"Oh, I'm the best. I'm the best." That's why they accord me respect. And the Bible said it is not what go in, it is what come out from
It
you.
comes now. Yeah.
Let your word be garnished with kindness. Don't let somebody go and buy because of the nonsense that come out of your mouth. It will stand against you in judgment. Oh,
Thank you.
above all,
Definitely.
I wish them inner peace.
Thank
Definitely.
you, Emerald.
Definitely. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
God
Yeah.
bless you. God bless you. So
Yeah.
wrap up. Oh, I don't even know. I'm short of words. Look,
Yeah. You see?
yeah, I just want to add to what Emerald said. You know, she said that people, what you think you know about people no, might not be deep. What they are telling you is may just be a teaser, you know.
That's what they want you to hear.
Yeah, sometimes let's allow people to share their truths without faulting them. Obi wɔ hɔ a ɔka nkurɔfoɔ hyɛ. And nkwalaa koraa we do some of these things to children. Wo ba ne pɛ sɛ ɔne wo kasa na waka no ahyɛ.
Mm.
They can become vulnerable when they grow up. So
Yeah.
let's also allow people to share their truths without faulting them. Thank you,
Yeah.
everybody. Yeah, I feel
Thank you so much.
you better wrap it up now. You
It's
have
no.
really inspired me this evening. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oh,
Touching him, thank you,
oh.
thank you.
That's him, my papa, baby.
Mm.
Good
Yeah.
to you. Yeah, into no program no form no is out. Come, let's explore. Let's know our values. That will help us make informed decisions. Why, once you find your purpose, and some men are in Franca, me say you be talk at tone. Yeah, you be no online. Yeah, baby, you be talk you has one you be talk at tone. Say nka nkofo come here. Can you
Yeah,
imagine?
yeah, yeah,
Can you imagine?
yeah. Into on say we have really chosen the topic well.
Yeah,
The timing of the topic is good. So yes.
nkofo come here, sister. Nan yensem says, oh, when the good thing is, say, now that I'm sure people are seeing me come on live, that's it.
Yeah.
But I'm sure I will start getting the compliment. Well done. I've heard it time and time again. Well done, well done. It's because I didn't let any negative thing put me down. And see, once I make her say, now that I'm talking, I feel good. I go to bed feeling good because I'm sharing with the hope that it will change someone's life, it will touch someone's life. So come, let's, go through this course together. Get to know yourself and know others. Be self-aware and aware of others. That will help you and that will shape the way you talk. And the world will be a better place.
It
People
will
are
be
scared to
a
come on
wonderful place.
social
Yeah.
media
Yeah.
because of what people's opinion, what others will say.
Mm.
But now, where else could you go for your adverts? You can't pay for them. It's so expensive. At least TikTok, you can get paid adverts. It won't be as so expensive as the conventional one.
Yeah.
So if someone is not able to come on social media to come and advertise what they've got, it could get them some income or it could benefit others just because we are not self-aware of ourselves and that of others. So come, please don't suffer in silence. Come, let's together explore all areas and see. I'm excelling, I'm enjoying now because I'm able to talk and I'm meeting like-minded people. Another thing, this is going to be the last one. Your network is very important. Your network is your net worth.
Yeah.
If you're not happy where you are, my class teacher would say, if you are not happy in your cycle, it's not a cycle, it's a cage. My class teacher, Sandra, she said, if you are not happy, or if you are not happy in your own cycle, it's no more a cycle, it's not a network,
Okay, of
it's a
course.
cage
Of course.
because you're trapped. Get out. It's okay. I did. I changed my network. If I say network,
Dissolve your network.
yeah,
Reform.
you reform. And there are beautiful souls around the world. There are still beautiful. No matter how you've been hurt, trust me, there are beautiful souls around the world. Look, Lady Emerald, Lady Debbie, Oba Papebi, Ohima Papebi, have just come to join, to share, to support. That tells me that there are beautiful souls out there. I'm a beautiful soul. Sister Veronica is a beautiful soul. And I know there are more out there. But we can all be together in harmony if only we work on ourselves. Anyway, sister,
Yeah.
they confirm Kalan.
Yo. Yapon. Yapon. Yado be biase. We'll see you again some
Yeah,
other time. Yeah.
see you
Uba
guys.
no from. Yeah.
Bye.
Okay.
Take care.
Thank you. Bye bye everyone.